view, but I know this view is capturing everything, so I don't gotta duck my head. But it just feel like I gotta duck my head. But I should be all good. Welcome back to All Sports with Avery Sherman. And we're gonna get to some topics today. For sure. Let's go. So here we are. All Sports with Avery Sherman. I got some paperwork because I always want to be on Sports in here and do that with my paper. Apologize for no consistency with this podcast, but we're looking to turn things around for 2023. So, be prepared to see more of these podcasts. We're going to get right down into it with our topics that we got here today. Starting off with the Colin Cowherd topic of foxhole guys. And pretty much Jalen Hurts being one, Patrick Mahomes being one, and Joe Burrow being one. That's what Colin Cowherd was pretty much saying. And I pretty much agree with him on that one. They all do seem like foxhole guys. Colin Cowherd was pretty much saying that he likes foxhole guys. Jalen Hurts, Patrick Mahomes, Joe Burrow seem like foxhole guys. I agree with them on that take. A foxhole guy is just a guy that's down to earth, realistic. People don't mind follow after his lead because he kind of lead by example. So I think that is critical to a team winning and success in football, because coming from a person who played football, is just like the quarterback is usually like, you can't hit him in practice. He don't lift. He don't really do much. All he does is throw the ball. He's required to lead, and lead by example. Just don't get into trouble. But plenty of guys are not getting into trouble, and that doesn't make them just the automatic most like prestigious person on the team. So the quarterback position is kind of a position that's sought after by a lot of football players at some point in their life, and maybe they couldn't quite get the job done or whatever, and it may be a little jealousy or animosity towards the quarterback in the sense that he was able to be the quarterback, because everybody, I feel like, who played football wanted to be a quarterback at some point. If not, maybe you just looked up to like a certain position player and you just wanted to be that position player your entire life. I can understand that as well. But if you a football player, like when I say a football player, meaning like a Patriots football player, you're gonna play multiple positions type of guy. You have the talent and the abilities to play multiple positions type of guy. Then I feel like those are the people who did want to play quarterback, and it maybe didn't work out for them, And I feel like there's even some wide receivers maybe or some running backs that felt like, man, I could have played quarterback, but we had a decent quarterback, so I just stuck with this, So with that being said, though, sometimes that person can take that position of being a quarterback with a sense of entitlement and a sense of arrogance, and it can kind of rub the team the wrong way. Foxhole guys usually are not going to do that, though. They're going to be down to earth with the team and usually willing to get their hands dirty in some type of shape, way, form, or fashion, whether it's leading some blocks for like the running back sometimes, or making sure he's taking care of the team in other ways because he understands that he's being taken care of by the organization, or just showing confidence in his teammates and not taking all the glory for himself, and stepping up when it's time, and taking the blame for things that he done or he did, or maybe even for someone else. That's a real foxhole guy, especially if he understands that he's getting all the praise, and he also takes the blame. Even he's getting other people's praise, so he takes other people's blame. So that kind of is what comes with the quarterback position too. So long as he's willing to take the other people's blame just as easy as he takes the other people's praise, then the team will buy into him, and that's usually your characteristics of a foxhole guy. On to my next topic, Kyler Murray. I got here Kyler Murray on the outs. What I mean by that is just Kyler Murray. I think he's on the outs of Arizona. He's going to be on the outs in Arizona. He's not going to be there for too much longer. Maybe 2 or 3 more seasons max, I feel like. And I'm just sitting in my stance that I didn't think he was going to be like a Drew Brees even because of his athletic ability. He's like hyper athletic. He could play another sport, at least at a major league level, maybe another sport, even at a decent level. Basketball, I'm sure he could probably hoop pretty well. And I honestly feel like he should have stuck with baseball just because it pays more. He has a tinier frame, and I just didn't think the NFL was going to be safe for him and he would be able to have the success that he would like just because of his size, honestly. He's had great success in the NFL. He has made me eat my words on the success that he has even had so far. So I applaud him for that. Still kind of think that he's going to be not there too much longer. His head coach from college that brought him there or drafted him, and a big part of why he went there, Cliff Kingsbury, he's no longer in Arizona. So just don't see things looking too good for Kyler Murray. I do think he could have some success in the NFL after seeing him play in the NFL, but I feel like the offense would really have to be tailored to him, and I don't think it's the type of offense that he's currently running. I would say it's a more ground-heavy offense with some running backs and more of a Lamar Jackson kind of offense with less quarterback runs and more options for him just to roll out and read the defense. So, maybe like a Russell Wilson type of offense a little bit when he was up there in Seattle. If he go up there with Pete Carroll, he probably get the job done. Pete probably get the job done with Kyler Murray. So I wouldn't be surprised by that later in the career, honestly. But it just depends on him staying healthy as well. Like I said, I was worried about his tinier frame coming to the NFL and him taking a lot of hits and taking a beating. And I don't think he's had a full 16 game. 17 game, 18 game, however many games it is in the NFL nowadays. I don't think he has had a full season yet still. So just throwing it out there about the guy Kyler Murray. Like I said, hyper athletic dude, seemed pretty cool and chill. Wasn't a fan of how he was asking for the money this offseason, but at the same time I'm not a fan of the NFL and how they run their business either. So I ain't mad at him. There was some hate by Carson Palmer out next down. Carson Palmer hated on Brock Purdy. I'm trying to remember what his exact words were. Was just like he's a gamer or he made some plays, but not to really be checking for him, I guess, or something of that nature. But I don't know. I can't really remember what was said. I know for sure his words was he said things of the nature of he made some plays or he did some great things, but he's not a great quarterback or he's not like what we should be checking for or we shouldn't expect too much from him or something of that nature. But I mean, yeah, the guy's only a rookie and I think he said he was drafted last or in the 7th round for a reason. Whatever that meant. I mean, of course, he was drafted. Whatever round it came in, he was drafted for a reason. Maybe to be a backup. Well, he served a great job as a backup this year. Surpassed everyone's thoughts, expectations, and imagination. So, just didn't really understand the hate from Carson Palmer. And once he hated, I just had to think back on Carson Palmer's career. Like, yeah, bona fide talent, but you never was winning the big games, my guy. Like, pretty sure you don't have a Super Bowl. And I remember you coming out of college was supposed to be like big, big deal. What you were, you did your thing in Bengals, but I mean, even with the Bengals, you never went to the Super Bowl. I'm not even sure you went to an AFC Championship game. And if you did, I'm pretty sure you didn't win it, obviously. But oh wait, and maybe you did go to the Super Bowl back with the no, that was Kurt Warner. Yeah. Not sure, my boy Carson, on the hate why you did that, but all right, to each his own. My next thing I got is LeBron James and Anthony Davis. They set out versus the Nets. Nick Wright, child Nick Wright, that's my boy. I fucks with Nick Wright with his long hair now. I remember my boy came in when he was young, and he came in younger than what he is now. And he did not have the long hair though. But shout out to Nick Wright. I ain't really knocking your idea, but just don't think it's gonna work out for the reason I'm gonna state. But yeah, so pretty much with the LeBron James and Anthony Davis sitting out. Not sure why they sit out, but Nick Wright was just referring to load management and saying that players at least sit out at the home games, not the away games where the fans are coming to see you. I understand what Nick is saying, but I just don't think the players care about the away team fans or the NBA fans, for that matter, as much as they do their own city that they're playing for as fans. So, I know if I was a Laker fan, I want to see LeBron James every night that he's supposed to play at home. Like, I don't care what he do on the road because I ain't going to the game, but if I'm coming to the game tonight and it's a home game, I want to see LeBron James. And I'm paying for season tickets, I'll be pissed. So, just throwing it out there as to why I don't think that idea would really work. But it was a good suggestion by Nick Wright because, like he said, some kids that were probably pretty down. They didn't get a chance to see LeBron James or Anthony Davis when they had their tickets and expecting them to be there, thinking that they were going to be there at the game and be playing in the game. Next, I got more media attention and appreciation for LeBron, all-time points leader. Shout out LeBron James, King James, greatest overall all-time. That's what I consider his GOAT standing for. Greatest overall all-time. It's really hard for me to say a greatest of all time. I put LeBron and Jordan in two different categories as far as one being the overall player and one being a specialist in something in basketball. And that's just kind of how I look at it. So I do think he's not getting as much attention as he needs to get. If this was anybody else breaking any other kind of record, they'll be going crazy with non-stop mentions, non-stop video clips of all these different points. His first point, his 25th point, you will see all these different points and times where he surpassed certain people being replayed and showed, and you will hear the media, people in the sports world talking about it non-stop if it was anybody else, man. And I just feel like the LeBron hate has gone too far. It has gone too far with the LeBron hate. It needs to stop. We need to give him his flowers. We really do. So we're going to do that right here with the All Sports with Avery Sherman podcast. And we're going to give LeBron James his flowers, man. Last I checked, he was 89 points away from breaking the record. And, I mean, Nick Wright was making the argument for LeBron James as him versus Michael Jordan. It was a nice, interesting argument. I'm gonna comment on that too. But first and foremost, like I said, we giving LeBron James his flowers. He's deserving. He is going to be the all-time points leader in NBA history. Nobody ever in NBA history will have scored more points than LeBron James. And it's like full circle for me because I grew up loving Michael Jordan, feeling like no one would be better and greater. And I despise Kobe Bryant for trying to imitate Michael Jordan. And Allen Iverson was just the coolest basketball player ever to me. So I didn't think that it would ever be a player who was cooler, ever be a player who was better, cooler than Allen Iverson, better than Michael Jordan. And I still don't think there's really a player cooler than Allen Iverson. And I don't think there's a better winner in basketball history than Michael Jordan. But the all-time points leader, the most points in NBA history ever scored, ever, in the person's career, is going to be LeBron James. LeBron James. LeBron James. Ramon. LeBron Ramon. I think his middle name Ramon. Straight up. My comments on Jordan. Jordan is the greatest because he was the leader of a championship team 6 different times out of 6 in one of the hardest defensive rule eras in NBA history. All right, as we were saying though, Jordan is the greatest because he was the leader of a championship team 6 different times out of 6 in one of the hardest defensive rule era times or rule eras or time eras of rules in NBA history. And that's why I got him where he is. At the same time, I felt like that made defense easier for him than it does for LeBron James. So the argument will go on, and you never truly get to the bottom of it. But they are definitely 1 and 2, 1 and 1A. However you want to put it, the 2 best players in NBA history of all time, if you ask me. LeBron James. Over the years, I was watching this game, and people were just speaking on. Over the years of watching LeBron James game, I hear people speaking on like, why does he shoot so many threes? Why doesn't he just go to the basket every time? And interesting enough, Shannon Sharp, shout out Uncle Shannon, and Club Shay Shay, hey, he was saying that he don't get the calls. So with him not getting the calls, like, I'm not gonna just beat myself up and go get battered and beat on in the painted area if y'all not gonna give me what is deserving of when I go down there and do that, which is a foul call. So if anybody was ever wondering why LeBron started shooting so many threes in his game, that's definitely why. Staying on LeBron James, he just had a triple-double versus the Knicks. Shout out to him for that. And on to another subject. The Saints traded Sean Payton to the Broncos. I didn't even know coaches could be traded. When I seen that, I just thought like they can get like, all right, contract is up. We're gonna sign him hire him as our head coach. But I guess he got traded to the Broncos, and I guess that's supposed to help Russell Wilson get things going on track for him. We'll see. I'm not too sure about it, but we will see about that situation there. And then after that, we got the football GOAT, who they like to say, Tom Brady, retiring again. I'm not falling for it. I feel like he wants to leave and come back twice like Jordan did. And I got him going out as a 49er at some point in his career. I don't know why, I just do. I could be completely wrong. Maybe I am. I don't know. But we shall see. Deion Sanders has the 2 best defensive backs in college football. That's the next topic that I have written down. Alright, so yeah. Coach Prime got Travis Hunter and Cormani McClain. I'm looking for them to dominate this year. I really hope they go undefeated and win the national championship. Smoke everybody in the college football playoffs. We gonna see how it's gonna go. That's what I'm hoping for, though. I think they is too. And then he just recruited some good defensive tackle. I mean, Coach Prime is doing this thing, man. All Sports with Avery Sherman podcast. We a fan of Coach Prime for sure. And then coming up in the Super Bowl, we got 2 black QB starters the whole season, the starting leading their team in the Super Bowl. It's going down. How do I feel about that? It's really no. I won't say it's no big deal. I'm happy it's taking place. Pretty used to the black quarterback. Understand how life works and everything. So I ain't gonna get too political on it, but it's a blessing. It's a beautiful thing to see. I can't wait. I'm excited, and I'm really looking forward to it. Shout out Jalen Hurts. That's my guy. That's who I'm backing. That's who I'm supporting, rooting for. Been supporting and rooting for since freshman year at Alabama. Not even before he hit the field, was supporting and rooting for him when I seen he was just a recruit to coming in. So I'm happy, very proud of him. All his trials and tribulations that he's been through. Real stand-up guy, man. Jalen Hurts, my dog, man. Straight up. So it's a real moment for me, somebody who I enjoy watching play football since, like I said, college. And, big fan of, wanted him to have success and everything, and seeing how his career was going and everything. And I'm just like, man, why he don't run more a little bit of something, But I could also tell in this game that he wanted to be a real good. He knew what it was going to take. You got to be able to read the defense. You got to be able to pass the ball. So look at him now. Developed this game. He is the top of the mountain right now in the football world. So, I would say he right there. It essentially is top of the mountain. Wins the Super Bowl. He's at the Super Bowl. He's there. He's playing in the game. So once he wins it, then it's gonna be super top of the mountain for sure. And you're gonna have a happy Jalen Hurts fan right here. So those are the topics that I have for this week. If you got anything to say about any of these topics, leave them in the comments. Any stats, any things that I didn't get right, or y'all wanted me to go back over, just leave them in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Hit the like button. It's free. Really helps out, and get your bell notification thing so you can know when I drop new videos. Until next time, this is All Sports with Avery Sherman, and I hope you enjoyed this episode.